Ibrahim Yunus is my name. I'm an author, a speaker, educationist, and a businessman. My mission in life is to help minimize divorce in my country, help minimize poverty in my country, and help minimize low self-esteem among the youth in my country. I want to talk to you today about a topic I'm very, very passionate about. The first time I heard this topic, it actually changed my life, and I hope it will also help change your life. The topic actually is sourced from Dr. Mensa Otabil, one of the renowned few leaders we have in Ghana, and he's a renowned speaker in the whole world. The topic itself is the hand of a master. The first time he delivered that speech, there were certain few lessons I took that actually helped me, and I feel like it's my responsibility to share to the youth also. So I'm going to read some of the things he said, then I'll try to explain them. He said, in life you must have an area of competence that inspire others to follow and look up to you. He said that in life, everyone must have an area of competence that inspire others to follow and look up to you. So the first lesson every youth must understand if you really want to live a fulfilled life or a successful life is find your area of competence. Find your area of competence. Don't try to be good in so many things. Don't do that. Find one thing and focus on it. Find out your area of competence. Because there are over 7.8 billion people on this planet. If you want to stand out, you can't be copy. You can't fit in. You have to be you. You have to be unique. You have to find that area. You are you. You are different. You are unique. That area you feel useful, regardless of how somebody think of you. Find that area. For some, it's music. For some, it's football. For some, it's poetry. For some, it's writing. For everybody in his area of competence. Just find your area of competence, because without it, you fit in. It's very, very important. He went further to say, apart from having general knowledge and skills, you must have something that sets you apart. Yes, it's good to have general knowledge about it, but there must be something that sets you apart. That when they mention Michael Jordan, everybody know what he does. When they say Tiger Woods, everybody know. When they say Oprah Winfrey, or when they say Haruna Idrisu, or Nana Akufo-Addo, or when they say Sarkodie, when they say Fancy Kada, there must be something that sets you apart. When they mention your name, what would be attached to it? I am fortunate when you mention Ibrahim Yunus, you see speaker and author. That is my area of competence. Well, I love music, but I can't sing. So does that mean if I can't sing, I shouldn't dwell where I am? I'm a speaker. I'm a writer. I'm a motivator, and I'm going to motivate you. I'm going to educate you, and I'm going to entertain you, and I'm going to inspire you. That is my area of competence, and nobody can take it away from me. If I will stand out, then it should be in my area of competence. He went further to say that when you go into scriptures, you realize that David fighting skills set him apart. Solomon wisdom set him apart. Joseph and Nabi Yusuf and Nabi Sulaiman wisdom set him apart. And Nabi Yusuf, Joseph interpretation of dreams set him apart. Find your area of competence and see it will set you apart. Once you don't find your area of competence, you're jealous. You live jealously. You see a footballer, you are jealous. You see a musician, you are jealous. You see a basketball player, you are jealous. Look, jealousy will kill you. Find your area of competence and focus on it. And it's just a matter of time. Once you find your area of competence, you become peaceful. You don't jealous anybody. You don't really care about what others do. You focus on it. You feel happy. It tells you how you should dress. When you are walking, you feel happy. you don't compete. You keep on working on yourself. You keep on improving. I always tell people, don't judge me now. If you judge me now, you are judging me prematurely. I'm a potential. I'm growing. I'm developing my talent. A time will come, you need to pay me before you can see me. Because I'll develop to a level people want to look up to me. Find that area of competence, start developing it. He went further to say, all the people who have emerged as important leaders in life don't just have talent. They develop their talent to levels that compel people to look up to them. They made people want to follow them. I remembered when Sarkodie used to make his rap, he even want 5 minutes in a program to speak, people would laugh at him. He developed his talent, developed his area of competence. Today, people ask him, how much would you charge? You and I, they don't ask us that, they just pay us. They determine our worth. But once you find your area of competence, start developing it, people will ask you, how much would you charge? You determine how much you are worth. Nobody can determine your worth. Find that area of competence. It's very, very important. Armed robbery, prostitution is as a result of we don't teach the young ones to find their area of competence. I believe that prison is filled with talented, useful human beings, writers, important, useful leaders, but they never find their area of competence. Do you know that Akon was once a robber? He went and robbed the bank because he never found his area of competence. When he found his area of competence, today he's wealthy. Akon is helping people today. Find your area of competence. The area of competence doesn't come from outside of you, it's from you. It's from within you. So I'll inspire every youth to start searching for your area of competence. For some, it's politics. Stick to it. Forget about what people say. Go into it wholeheartedly. Give it your all. And inshallah, God will help you. For some, it's not politics, it's true music. For some, it's football. For some, it's mason. For some, it's carpentry. For some, it's tailoring. For some, it's dancing. For some, find your own. Find your own. For some, it's medicine. When they go into a medical field, they excel. For some, it's security. When they go into police, soldier, just find your own, bro. Just find your own, my dear sister. And trust me, poverty cannot hold you. And armed robbery, prostitution, all these social vices will be kept once you find your area of competence and start developing it. He went further and said that when ordinary things come in the hand of a master, it makes a lot of difference. Actually, when I first heard this, I never understood him. That when ordinary things come in the hand of a master, it makes a lot of difference. Things that everybody has, if the master takes hold of it, it changes the outcome. Now he gave examples. That for instance, a paintbrush in the hand of Leonardo da Vinci will produce a Mona Lisa. Words in the hand of Joel Austin will create and tell enduring stories. Although we all have words, but when they get into the hand of a master, it becomes extraordinary. The Bible in the hand of Billy Graham will bring salvation to millions of people. All of us read Bible, but we don't all achieve the same results, because when you become a master, you take what is ordinary to everybody and do exceptional things with it. A microphone in the hand of Martin Luther King will inspire a generation. Basketball in the hand of Michael Jordan will turn defeat to victory. A tennis racket in the hand of Serena Williams will win championship. In your hand, a tennis racket is ordinary, but you give it to Serena Williams, she win championship with it. What is it that in your hand become extraordinary? Rapping is easy. I can also rap. Hello, what do you think? But it's ordinary. But you give that same rap to Sarkodie, you pay to listen to him. What a master is someone who takes what is ordinary and makes it extraordinary. Look, let me tell you something. Don't make a mistake and give me a microphone. I will inspire you. A microphone is ordinary, but you give it to Martin Luther King, you inspire a generation. Football is ordinary, but you give it to Cristiano Ronaldo or maybe Lionel Messi, you see genius. You see, all the successful people you think they are special than you, the truth is that they are not better than you. In fact, nobody is really better than you. Not me, not anybody. Nobody is better than you. The only difference is that they find their area of competence and they stay there. They asked Warren Buffett, one of the few people who have invested and make a lot of wealth to extent he's called the Oracle of Omaha. Warren Buffett, they are those who trained Bill Gates and co. I remember he was wealthy to extent that he gave most of his wealth to Bill Gates to take care of some orphanages program. They asked him, Warren, what is your secret? He said that I am not genius and I'm not any special person. I just find my area of competence and stay there. That he loved maths and he loved investment. He stayed there. That in life you don't need to know many things to succeed. Just find out your area of competence, and we all have it. Just find your area and just stay there. For me, it's teaching personal development. It's teaching motivation. Yes, I love to sing, but I don't know how to sing. But I can tell you what I'm doing. Fasikadem cannot do it. Now what he's also doing, I can't do it. You see, it's not really about competition. It's about finding your area of competence and stay there and keep on developing yourself. It's just a matter of time. All the armed robbers, they will all become things of the past. Once you find your area of competence, it's very, very important. So the question is, what is it in your hand makes a difference? What is it in this world that you say, if this is in my hand, it makes a difference? When wealth is in your hands, does it make a difference? When a microphone is in your hands, does it make a difference? When tennis racket is in your hand, does it make a difference? When fabric is in your hands, does it make it? When a wood is in your hands, does it make a difference? A master will take what is ordinary to everybody and do extraordinary things with it. Now, Dr. Mensa Otabil went further to say, unfortunately, this is the sad part. Many of the youth never become masters in any area of life. They go through life and never become a master in any field. This is a tragedy. We are running helter-skelter, doing nothing. In fact, the first time I heard Brian Tracy said that anybody who tried to do many things will end up doing nothing, I was hurt, because that is all what the youth are doing. We are doing many things. The truth is that you are doing nothing. You end up doing nothing. Find one thing that your area of competence and stick there. Stop jumping. Stick there. That's where love is. People ask me, Mr. Yunus, this business I'm doing, do you believe it will succeed? I said, it's your heart is in it. He was quiet. I said, the Bible says, where your heart is, that's where your treasure is. Anything you are doing, my dear youth, if your heart is not in it, I can guarantee, I can tell you, you will fail. Whether it's 10 years, 20, you will fail. Where your heart is, that's where your treasure is. If there's something you are doing right now, if your heart is in it, it's just a matter of time. You become very, very successful. Life really is too short. Do what you feel love. You can die today. Many people think future is next 40 years. No, future is tomorrow. Future is next 1 hour. Future is next 10 minutes. You can die next 10 minutes. Find out one thing you love, where your heart is. It's just a matter of time. God will pave a way for you. Now the question is, there are a lot of people who don't know, who have been asking themselves, how do people become masters? So I want to become, how do I become masters? Well, Dr. Mensa Portable didn't just stop there. He gave us certain pathways, and I would like you to write them down, because the first time I heard them, I wrote and chewed them, and I started practicing them. It's helping me. First, you have to develop a single-minded passion. Now, you have to look at your life and ask yourself, what is it that one thing I do? What is it that I say, this is it, this is my single-minded passion? The truth is that you can't achieve a lot trying to do a lot. You achieve a lot when you have single-minded passion. For me, it's teaching personal development. Yes, I do many things. I invest into stationery. I do so many things. But the truth is that I love to teach personal development. In fact, it is what saves me from all the predicament I'm going through. I am going through a lot and I've been able to solve many of them. I'm still struggling to solve some of them. At the end, I get up, organize myself, dress. Look, we all have problems. The government has a problem, minister has a problem, the CEO has a problem, security man has a problem, NDC has a problem, MPP has a problem. Show me someone without a problem. Your mother has a problem, my mother has a problem, your father has a problem. Show me a human being without a problem. Everybody has a problem. But at the end of the day, it's not a problem. It's what do you do about a problem. It's very, very important. Now, each one of us must have the one thing that is the center of focus. To find that thing and work with it to become a master, you must work with your strength. You must work with your strength. So the second thing that will help you to become a master, you must work with your strength. Forget your weakness and concentrate on developing your strength. For instance, for a tortoise, running fast is behind him. Tortoise can never run fast. A tortoise cannot say, "Oh Lord, oh God, I wish I can run fast," and always telling people and God, "Why was I made to run fast? Why was I not made to run fast?" The truth is that you will not be fast. But the tortoise can also do something that those who are fast cannot do. He has a shell to protect himself, and other animals are easy prey. But tell a lion to eat a tortoise, that will be a big challenge. My dear brothers, work with your strength. You don't have a speed, but you have a shell. Fish cannot fly, but it can swim. Eagle cannot swim, but it can fly. Singing professionally is behind me, but I love to motivate. I love to motivate. That is something I love so much. Now the third thing is that you have to have single-minded passion. You must also learn to work with pressure. I would like to end this talk with this one. One thing that will help you become a master is that you must learn to work with pressure. Have you noticed that the greatest lessons we learn in life all come under pressure? The greatest lessons we learn in life and the greatest abilities we express all come under pressure. When life is comfortable, you cheat yourself. When there's pressure, you squeeze yourself to bring something valuable out of you. So my dear youth, life will be stressful. My friends, welcome to the planet Earth, where stress is a reality every day. If you want a comfortable life, go to one of those planets. They are now discovered, and go and live there alone. But if you are here on this planet, there will be stress, there will be pressure. You have to learn how to work with pressure, not with ease. So everybody has a problem. You just have to learn to work with it. So I would like to wrap up with these three things. Number one, find your area of competence. Number two, develop it to level people who want to look up to you. And number three, work with your strength. Focus on your strength. Yes, you cannot swim, but you can fly. You cannot fly, but you can swim. You cannot run fast, but you have a shell. Work with your strength. Work with your strength. Because there are 7.8 billion people on this planet. The only way that will make you stand up is to work with your strength. I would like to thank my cameraman, my CEO, all the people. And I would like to conclude with this statement. Status in the world is not defined by what work you do, but by how well you do it. It doesn't matter what you do. Whatever you do, give it your all, so that all the people around you will benefit from it. And remember, be givers in life. Don't wait for people to show you love. Give love first. Give love first. Thank you very much.